Okay guys, so today I just want to practice doing our multiplying that we learned yesterday. I'm going to emphasize using the box method, but if you still prefer the distribution, just know you have that option. Okay, number one, it's just x minus 8, and that whole thing is being squared. So this, if we remember our exponents, the square just means that that x minus 8 is really just being multiplied by itself. So I would rewrite it like this, and then again, if you want to distribute, you can. I'm going to set up our box. So remember the box, each side is represented by one of these polynomials, so x minus 8 goes on top, so I need to have 2 columns, and I also have the other x minus 8 on the rows, so I have to have 2 rows. Each box is just multiplying the thing on the left and the thing on the top. So remember x times x. There's exponents of 1 when you don't see any exponents, so when you multiply, we are able to add, and so this would be x squared. X times negative 8 would be negative 8x. X times negative 8 again, and then negative times negative 8, make sure you put a positive 64. Okay, and so then just to write our final answer, we have x squared. There's no other x squared to combine with, so that's just x squared. The diagonal always ends up being your like terms. So if I'm doing negative 8, I'm going to go ahead and do this in the calculator. If I'm doing negative 8, and then I'm subtracting another 8, that's negative 16. And remember, when you're combining like terms, that doesn't affect the exponents. So that's just x and x makes still x. And then positive 64. Okay, so that's that answer. We're not going to focus on doing a lot of multiple choice practice for now, because I want you guys to practice the actual skills. That being said, you really need to check your answers. So remember, you go to y equals. You can type in the original problem exactly how it was on the paper. So there's the x minus 8 squared. And then go to y2 and type in the answer we got. Okay, so type in your problem, type in your answer, and then when you go to the table, the y1 and y2 columns should match completely. Okay, so as you're doing these problems today, and in general, this whole unit, you really shouldn't be missing a whole lot because you can easily check. Now, if you check it and it doesn't match, if your y1 and y2 don't match, first thing I would check is, did you plug it in right? Sometimes it's as easy as like you miss a piece of it. But if it's not working, it probably means you did some sort of math error. If you can't find it, check with a friend, check with me, but don't just leave a bad answer there. Okay. Example 2, I want to do one where it's a little bit more complex, and this is again where I really recommend the box method because it'll work nicely. So I'm going to make a box where I have c plus 4 on one side, so if that's only 2 pieces, I'm only going to need 2 columns for that. And then the nice thing about this is c squared minus 3c and 5, I can just make a box that's a little bit bigger to accommodate. Okay, so now I'm going to multiply. Now be careful, again, there's a 1 right here, so when I multiply c times c squared, I'm adding the exponents, so there's c cubed. C times negative 3c, again, there's a 1 there, so when I add the exponents, it'll be 2. And then c times 5 is just 5c. Okay, now we do everything by 4, so 4 times c squared is just 4c squared. 4 times negative 3c is negative 12c, and 4 times 5 is 20. Okay, now we put it all together. Again, our standard form is to start with the biggest exponent, so in this case cubed. There's no other cubed, so that's going to stay. Okay, I think this really shows the niceness of the box. Do you see how both of the diagonals we have in this are the like terms? Those are the pieces they're going to combine. So on the first one, I'm doing negative 3 and positive 4, so negative 3 plus 4, so that's a positive 1c squared. Then I'm doing 5 and negative 12, so 5 minus 12, negative 7c, and then we still have our positive 20. Okay, I'm not going to take the time in the video to go plug that in, but check your answer, plug in y1, y2, go check the table. All right, so the rest of this is just you practicing for 10 questions, just to kind of make sure we understand. Every single one of these you can check in the calculator using our y1, y2 trick. When you get to 9, it's showing a problem worked out. Here's the problem. It's showing someone who worked it out, but I'm telling you right now, they have made some sort of error. So the first thing I want you to do is tell me what they did wrong, and then I want you to correctly do the problem and give me the real answer. And the last one, I just wanted to practice a word problem. So it's finding the area of a rectangle. Just to remember, that's length times width. So you're just going to multiply the length times the width together. So you're still practicing your multiplication. All right, that's it. Work on this for the rest of the period. Hopefully you finish. If not, it'll be due on Monday. All right, bye.